Welcome back, and may I congratulate you on Wicklamont's victory in the rite of succession. It is our great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawn Servant. Such a grand journey was doubtless left you fatigued. Please relax and enjoy your stay. Okay, so what's gonna happen?
Ceremony?
I'm gonna get rid of my chat box blocker there, since these are supposed to be some long cutscenes. Surprised to see me. I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? I haven't properly thanked you. That my sister was able to realize her potential is testament of the quality of her traveling companions, particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. My primary business in calling is to deliver a message from Tamachi. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will be officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. She has expressed a desire for you to accept a post within her administration, while making no mention of me. You needn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Lamichi or not is up to you. That is all, if you'll excuse me. You have become someone irreplaceable to her. As her brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. But believe me when I say that I hope you will stay by her side. I'm an adventurer, though.
Wait, we don't have time to be tied down in one place.
The day of the Dawn Servant Ascension Ceremony. And something is going to go wrong, I can feel it. I feel it in my bones.
Another Asian.
I don't think it's gonna do that. That'd be dumb.
Heidelin is back, and she's evil? Wow!
What a crowd! As befits the changing of Dawn Servants.
It's starting.
The Dawn Servant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least. People of Tuliola, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn Servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph and the city of gold. My daughter, Wook Lamont. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the Dawn Servant! Long live Tuliyollal!
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tuliyollal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the Moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. And in Kozamauka, I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Bibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community, for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tuliyollal I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because if there's one thing my journey has taught me, it's that your happiness is my happiness! I say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
dear. What is she doing?
Yeah. My father led Tulihiolau to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads. But my 1 head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack. So what do you say? Be Dawn servant with me, Kona.
She's got a point.
Lamachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn servant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tulihiolau prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less.
What's the importance of those two?
For ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister. To give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
I want to know the significance of those two.
I think they were just representative of like the vibe of the crowd.
Glad this didn't go to waste. This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tulihiolau saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
Heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud. Of course you knew. It's been 3 years since my brother left us.
Ah.
It cannot be. The head of reason
hunch
is
that
no
was the
longer
case.
with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the rite was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new dawn servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolol.
Kind of it is all job to show up or something. Welcome was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising, but between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn servants will be capable of anything. The future of Tuliolol is bright indeed.
That's the
The Weaver.
clothing guy, right? Yeah.
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Because something did happen, just not where I expected it to happen. Ever greater, ever brighter. Dawntrail. We get the Orchestrian roll at level 95? Okay. Muklamat has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed, even as she moved in the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity as evidenced by her nomination of Kona as Pale Dawn Servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kona completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Muklamat secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tula Yolal will prosper under their care. Everyone, thank you for coming. I can see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn Servant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamichi. Thank you, it means a lot to me. It would also be my honor to call you Lavachi. Mine as well. Indeed, consider us your Eorzean cousins if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins. It's a little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Of course, we'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me in this? Wonderful. Come and meet me outside in the Winged Walk then. They fix the NPC walk where they don't stop and then turn. Whee! I walked off. I was looking
She's
at
up
something.
here!
I know, I was looking at something.
You just auto running?
No, the person that ran by was in that one gear from P4, and I was curious if it had a second die channel, so I was looking at that.
Oh, you mean this top?
Yeah. Our first stop is Aunt T's Tacos. And not just for a snack, I promise. Look, Evu Mablu should be there. I shouldn't jump off.
Yeah, you can jump off.
I shouldn't while she's following me. I'm not gonna injure the new Dawn Servant.
She jumped off the platform. She's fine.
As far as we don't know that. She could be a front. She could have sprained her ankle.
Well, I'm gonna make her jump off all the buildings.
Walk it off.
Listen, you can't sprain your ankle twice, so...
No, the second time would break it. At that point, it's not a sprain. Your little minion was glitching through the floor. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, the minions bug out a lot, huh?
Dawn Servant Muklamat, words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forego formalities. But I cannot. You are Dawn Servant. Too disrespectful it is to address you without your due title. As Dawn Servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Alright, then I'll bother more. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Wuklamut become Dawn Servant Ignis. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but Dawn Servant's ascension presents us all with a prime opportunity, which is why I convince everyone to participate in the commemorative sales campaign. A wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's good to see all of you again. I want to personally thank each of you for your help. The feat of reeds and the feat of gold were my first due tests as claimant. If not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Tuliyollal has to offer, and Dawntrail, for instance. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as tutor should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor. I'll be sure to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Ihana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. When I've made a name for myself as a merchant, I'll come by the palace and tell you about my biggest sales. Yeah, I look forward to it. I have been personally attending to your alpaca's care. Dear, we hope to see you at the ranch again. Tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Wuklamut will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh, you haven't seen Fontaine around, have you? A tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears? I saw a man matching that description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy, in the company of a moblin and a pair of yokoi, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, got it. I need you game characters to voice your own cutscenes so I can eat my snack. Dawn Servant, Ignis, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Tuliyollal isn't a short one. Long road worth the travel to congratulate new Dawn Servants. To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow, but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be as offerings to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of Warlord's Echo. Had our people come en masse, he would have been an obstruction. Nonsense, you're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. I'm glad to see you hail in whole, Ignis. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you'll remember. Yet here we stand celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I thought only of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. But the feat of pots and feat of proof and the feat of ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that was what my father envisioned for this nation. That's the Tuliyollal I want for you all. So I promise you this, as Dawn Servant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Kozamalco and the yokoi of Chirago Saltern. I won't forsake them. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Chirago come to accept your peace. Their beliefs have stood for millennia. While not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for the efficacy of such determination. Thanks to the Moblin's hospitality, I've been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Now that good living is secure, the village overflows with field smiles. Such cooperation between help hands and pot swarms is the very spirit of a healthy pot pact. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Let's try and find Hunmu. The Zibrox rocks. I believe I saw him on the sands below. The Gleam Sands, thank you. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too. You're gonna jump down again, aren't you?
It's the fastest possible path.
Is it though when you wait for me to read it? My, you honor us with your personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wuklamat. More than just, I'd say. You have grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so. But big events like this makes me wonder, you know, what my birth parents might say if they knew. I imagine they would say it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you have become. I owe you my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bakuja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person, but he marched off muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the way, have you seen Kentram anywhere? Or Tankwa, that is. Kentenram was it? A strong name, if a bit exotic. We called upon him after leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, though I assumed he required time to solve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Tankwa, I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. We must be going, but relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home, and come and visit us anytime. Alright, I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the Winged Walk. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me. I'm not forcing you, of course, but should you wish it, you'll always have a place here. Ah, that's right. This is for you. a permit granting passage to Shatural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see. An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no? I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn servant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamuk, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it. And by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tula Yolal as well.
By all means. Your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
Yeah.
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktural Skygate.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
I see. Why does it keep taking me away from the Ethernet? Why is it all the way back here?
You're just impatient because you just want to see the bunnies.
And yeah. It's the only one we haven't seen yet.
What, one isn't good enough?
I want to see them all. Yeah, yes, pack ready. No last minute thoughts before we leave. Forgive me, I'm afraid Feather her new dawn servant may have scarred me for life.
Well, there's your question.
I know, I'm trying to figure out why we got that so early. Meanwhile, in the depths of the sky deep sea note. What now? Zeral, what are you doing? You stole that last one, didn't you? This is the gate to the Golden City. 2 decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the salt petitioning the study of this place. When he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to seal away forever. Or so we thought until their right's objective became the City of Gold. But to think that Tonqua would be entrusted with its safekeeping, had I known that Buttering Old Fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Great power sleeps here, and with it you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, that the new Dawn Servant succeeded where I could not. Taking their throne would be no easy task. The resilient son underestimates his own potential. There's no need to worry. I have liberated the key from the Dawn Servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. You will gain all you were denied. The right, your father's shade. These bitter memories will soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you were destined to be. It's working. Hear me. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Then you are the guardian of the city's great power. I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire, to remake worlds. Is that so? Is it the lady from the art? Fascinating.
That's my guess.
Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. You know, I saw that coming.
I thought the opposite was gonna happen.
I had a feeling he was going to do something to Serral. It was just when and why.
I thought Sorrel was gonna betray Zeral.
He probably would have eventually.
Yeah.
The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange. Oh, we don't get that part? Okay.
Ooh. I'm gonna find out.
The long road to Dawntrail. Ready to get underway? Then present your travel pass to that guard and let us be off. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. The bridge to Dawntrail is a wonder in its own right. This gate is barred to all save those with express permission from one of the Dawn servants. Signed by Avowable Glimma herself. My apologies, miss, if you would wait here just a moment.
We get that guard armor. Looks sick.
Well, we should have at least 2 more dungeons, not counting the level 100 one.
Shall we then?
Big ass bridge.
That is a big bridge.
On the
How
far side
wild
of that
west.
great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shitonatam. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel, each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
A very wild west of it.
The weather's kind of shit.
My home, Yasulani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier. As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Short on Ronique. Right, so if one will suffice, I'll have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need to, then you'll have to wait. The Ronique have been acting strange of late. More easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for Renton's proven bothersome work. They kind of look like a cross between a bamboo and a buffalo. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. But much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir, as well-traveled as you look, it's not only the Ronique that have been giving us trouble. Other wildlife have shown signs of aggression, too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, and I'll see you both on Ronique for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. You can put the Ronique, Arendelle, the Ronique. I gotta do that one. I gotta do that middle one. This is your first time in Salawani. I can understand your enthusiasm. It'd be a shame not to ride one at least once while you're here. A fair point. If we're to give you the authentic Shalawani experience, I suppose it's worth the wait. Right, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while we're waiting. Take it you're heading to Hisawati then. I'll have a man bring the Ronique over there. Just mind yourself around the junkards and troublemakers, eh? Hello, Athena.
Puppy. Roads are pretty overgrown.
It's not a well-traveled area. Ooh, an ether current. I can see it.
Apparently.
There's the ether current. See it? Yeah.
Oh, good eyes. It's gonna, you know, break into this house, no big deal.
Hold on a second, Arendelle. I need to get this ether current. Athena? Athena, what do you have?
Speaking of troublemakers.
I'll be right back. Stole my Oreo pillow.
Help, I'm stuck!
You're stuck.
I'm stuck! I can't get out!
What did you do? Wait, how did
I tried to see if you could jump on top of it.
I don't know how to. There you go. Okay.
Made it.
Last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three. You've been away for a while then, Arendelle. Have you come back for more?
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Where's the brothel?
Say it's very Wild West. There's gotta be a brothel somewhere.
Hey!
Huh?
They're the one.
Now hold on a minute.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Some sort of trouble.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here.
Man, the accent difference.
I know, right?
Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine! If that's how it's gonna be.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't if I were you.
No, Astidian. That's where you've been hiding.
Is that?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey! What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Miqo'te, you sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekua is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shaktural.
Wait, how did the Astidian get here? Don't you need permission to get here?
What brings you north?
He's a Stinian.
He probably just jumped
Nothing
in.
in particular.
He just flew
Just
over
seeing
it.
what there is to see.
Going where the wind blows, eh?
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
He would know.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
Stinian apparently picked one up.
There is a Sabotender sign behind us.
No sooner do we sit out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dust Watch has their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes big or small were settled by dueling. The peoples of Shalawani rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives, though, it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dust Watch was likely established by supporters of Kona, referring peace to be enforced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Lands Guard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zoral Jaw's authority. All of which is to say that unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. Okay. I should like to think the sailorman has arrived with the Ronique by now. I'll go ahead and check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. I mean, I kind of want to look around. I need that ether.
I know, this is so cool.
No, it's not very often you see something of American influence that's not in an American-based game to begin with.
I think this is the first time they had an American accented character in this game, right?
I think it's the first time they've had an American accented character in Final Fantasy games.
There's new gear.
Well, Sid from 7 may have had it, but like they were never from a place that had, like, you know, America aesthetics, like the Americas, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the USA has one aesthetic, but it was already pretty awesome. They did something with like Aztec and the Aztec.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they'd go so Western to even include Western accents.
Yeah, I guess they're doing like each zone has probably a part of the Americas. Both
They
North
must have
and
gotten
South.
they must have gotten a lot of cultural people on the team this time around. What do you have?
Oh.
What's the gear here?
I found the jail and that dude's friends.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
No, this has 2 die. The friend, I take it. Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Ronique. Which is why I would have to ask that you stop at Sezenzui Springs. That's fine, of course, but haven't the Dust Watch dealt with this banditry? Kamaka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up's easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning, but be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. I feel like 2 people could fit on these. Maybe.
Probably.
How come Aaronville's is bigger?
Oh, that's about the same size. Maybe it's probably scales to player model. I think you're just smaller.
Which means the air have bigger ones.
Pretty much.
Aaronville, how long have you been away?
It was kind of implied he left when he was pretty young, right?
Mm-hmm. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it's brimming with selenium. Didn't make it more respectable inspiring posture tells people to wander too close. I knew there was ceruleum here because it's mentioned in the Blue Mage Quest. Yeah, the Wallaki.
I don't have Blue Mage unlocked.
No sooner did we dismount than the next passenger is already on their way. They really are short on runique. Now then. This is Shazwezi Springs, perhaps the busiest town here in Shaolani. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change come to has His audio is surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Miqo'te is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tyrol. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let's see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot.
I guess I'm gonna have the same gear, right?
Probably.
Oh no, it's different.
Oh, is it? I wasn't even looking at the gear.
Oh, what the heck is this?
Oh, that's that BDSM stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Not my kind of thing. Man, I like the boots, I guess.
I know it's gonna be very popular with some people.
It's gonna be popular over on Belmont.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is Ira still? Oh no, he left. I was gonna say, Ira, I found the BDSM gear.
Link it to him. Oh, maybe the bike thing. Maybe the bike.
That's actually why I went to go look.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
This is cool.
Yes, I'm Miqo'te, and who might you be? She is my friend. Goodness, it is. Erinville, yes. Why can't I know your birth name? A man grown. You were such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while living as long as we do. Well, this is Miqo'te. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown. Elenspa. Ellen. What now? All right, all right. I was born Alensvia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, one that adheres to Eastern Vieira conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. A homecoming. You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It would be good to see Cassio again. She's the finest archer I know. Alensvia's mother and mentor. Every time I dropped by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. You were impressive with the bow too, Yate, even among the Shitona. Oh, I couldn't compare to Katsuya, but her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Gulu Jaja's traveling companions, after all. She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tyrol lit a fire in her. Even after Alensvia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you. Yate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? Basically a second mother to you. No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led to nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Is she more mentor than mom? He doesn't call her mom.
I guess so.
Should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Katsuya. Huh? What? What's that about? We'll investigate. Please wait here. I still find it hard to believe Aaronville doesn't know how to at least use a bow, if his mom's just is this master archer.
Yeah, I guess that also kind of explains how Aaronville and Woke Lamont became friends.
Mm-hmm. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Woke Lamont's nursemaid. Aaronville, Ignis. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. No, you won't. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh, yeah? Hold on, did he say this was Woke Lamont's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss, we'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. I'm going after Nutmika. This a lot I leave to you. Cocky bastard. I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. Oh no, you won't. We can deal with them later. First we need to put this one in the dirt.
These guys really fucked up.
Oh yes.
I got new abilities I've been itching to test out on some nerds.
Okay, bye. Aaronville. Where'd you go, buddy?
Didn't even last long enough for me to use my new button. I went to use my new button.
I'm sure we'll have a dungeon soon where you can use your new button.
I'm gonna hit this guy so I can use it.
Okay, use your new button.
Oh, that was so cool. Alright, right away.
Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea of where they're headed. You said they stole something from you. A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Muklamat. I see. Closest you to where I can only imagine how much it meant to you. What brings you all this way? With the Razak session ended and Muklamat crowned the next Dawn Serpent, she is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much and of my plans to return home to Yasulani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me with a vow of resolve, and now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name if only they had left me that bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. I'll knock them senseless. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. I can assure you no harm will come to us. I just make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Muklamat puts so much faith in you both. I know, right? For a guy who claims he can't fight, he likes to jump into danger too. For anything else, let's see her back to Shezwanzi Springs. She'll be safer in town. With Yate there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Must be a cemetery. Yeah, cemetery. Hey look, a drunken fight.
Cool. You took my gerb!
Looks like... Erbil told me what happened, and you needn't worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew. It makes me sick. But at least she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. Alright, let's go recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Muklamat, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest we can leave to the Dustwatch. Well, now that makes me think you're strong. Really strong. Are you? I may have saved a star on one occasion. You saved the star. That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late there's been talk about some unsavory types coming and going from Tonatiani to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking up the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place. I can let the Dustwatch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain. You've no objections? Right then, let's be off. You got ahead of me. Don't run through the ceruleum.
I wanted to touch it, see if it did anything.
No.
We'll run through the cactus too. Ow, ow, ow.
It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dustwatch not have noticed by now? A question from our time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. It's very possible the Dustwatch have a deal with them, Aaronville.
Uh-oh, corrupted. Yeah, I guess that's on theme, isn't it?
It is pretty on theme, unfortunately. Yeah, a deal with the Dustwatch. It's gonna be that guy we saw when we first got here. Am I supposed to sneak around them, or is it okay if I get... Well, it doesn't say, does it? Because it doesn't matter if we fight something. It didn't say we couldn't get caught. Oh. Okay, well...
Grab this ether current.
Oh, is there one over there?
There's one right on this rock.
Okay. I see. So the idiot got caught. Saw that coming.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh. Already entered the cutscene.
You're good. They hit kind of hard, to be honest. Finish, are you? Let's retreat for now. So, were you able to learn anything? Their leader is a man of the Dust Watch. That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him. It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Sakoa. That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture, their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Kusawati, but we also know who has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. You're right. If we confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all but guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. Sorry, I wasn't even going to attempt that one. I wasn't going to attempt that one. I was going to butcher that so bad. I was going to butcher that one. So
Luwatanin Yawawasa.
I wasn't even going to attempt.
Oh, cactuar. No, what is it?
It's a type. It's a type of cactuar.
Oh, it's cool looking. Oh, it's got 3 heads. Oops, hold it.
What are we gonna do?
From saving the star to picking up shit.
Yep.
I'm putting my mask back on.
Is there a ether right in there? No? Okay. There's a merchant though.
Oh, is that where the bike is?
Oh no, let me look. Because you can also sell it on the market board, it looks like. Is the gear the same as what was... It's the same as was the first town. Dinosaur! The dinosaur over there.
Just straight up a Triceratops.
Yeah.
Or a
Pterodactyl. It's a Triceratops. It's a Triceratops. And a pterodactyl.
Oh, we got pterodactyls. Sweet. Or a Yahi.
It's what we came here to gather.
Yeah.
It's what we came here to get.
Oh, it's these. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's gonna be that one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's the one that smells bad, yeah.
Well, it's a good thing I was wearing gloves.
No, mine are fingerless. Gross.
Yep, sucks for you.
I think I would have used like one of my swords or something. One of the 20 swords in my pack to scoop it up with that.
Yes, here. Take your gross... Uh-oh.
You bitch. You're dying for that. Oh, no, you got on
I apparently dodged it, though.
What? The motorcycles here are actually quite fitting.
Yeah.
I had my UI turned off, so I was just enjoying riding around. So, oh yeah, quest over here.
Oh, food. Creamy hot chocolate, wild banana, tender shortcake, fruit and aloe jelly.
Det and crit? Yes, thank you.
A fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attractant I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. They will come soon after. Okay. Gross. Why are we still standing there?
I don't know.
What's that smell? Ugh, that reeks. What did you put in the fire? That wasn't me, I swear. Did something die? Someone want to explain that ungodly stench to me? Boss over there? Huh? What in the world?
It's mating season.
So this must what drew them here. I swear, when I find out who did this. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. Up. Shit, who was that? Hey, are you going to help me or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. Thanks, idiot. Thanks for nothing, Zekoa. So he's basically the sheriff. Right, so those bandits at Tonatwani, they're called the Daybreakers, and it was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves, kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help, even the odds. That was 3 years ago, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best we knew how. With a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends, Kana and Lewin, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail to a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me, none of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was until that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner then, well, you know the rest. He said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture then? No, not all of them. The Sheriff, Kamaka, he's as honest as they come. A staunch keeper of the peace. The problem is, he's still too trusting, doesn't suspect a thing. Okay, so he's not the sheriff, that's a different thing. If it were my word against the deputy chiefs, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namiko's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at the springs. These words are harder to say than the ones in the rest of Tyrell. It's not far, but I'm gonna just teleport. But, because why not? I mean, refill my water. Wadonia. I am going to eat this donut I found. Oh well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves his spoils in cerulean barrels, where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tuliolo, where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. I wasn't sure what to make of you after Huatsui, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're going to catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to FFXIV would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. And using that will expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if it's carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be enough time to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feign innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wiggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wild understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'll be the end of the vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? Yeah, as long as we get the bracelet back. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. Okie dokie. Very likely that Shitona's doing. What's his angle? Then there's the brat. Last time I dealt with him. A poke. Poke, poke. What's this? No, an unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you needed the dust watch, miss? What? Zakoa tried to rob you, but you apprehended him. I see. So desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. You have my sincerest thanks, miss. Might I trouble you to take me to him? I forget, can I use him now? With someone following me? It probably said in the instructions. Is there anything interesting?
Not really. He even said, like, you know, this isn't the right time to act as a tour guide. But yeah, you can mount it. He's fine.
Okay. I couldn't remember if that was something. I know you could use the Ethernets. Well, if I can use a map, then. These bonds are made from ceruleum if their name is any indication. Where are we going again? We're going pretty far, aren't we? The other town?
Don't blow up, don't blow up, don't blow up, don't blow up. Ow!
Oh wait, don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Whoa, fluffy thing. What is that?
That's a hunt mark, though.
Oh, look at that guy!
That's a hunt mark for sure.
Oh, it's a giant lizard. Awesome.
Ah, fun times.
Miqo'te! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw.
A lot of miqo'te in this town.
You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
And my bag!
So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shisenuetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyollal. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved. and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
He sounds like members.
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
You would have had to arrest yourself.
What's the meaning of this, miqo'te?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
miqo'te, I challenge you to a duel. The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it.
Let your pistols do the talking!
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zekawa! Give them what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
Really? Double feats? That little crap, go!
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But miqo'te drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Technicality.
Ha! You're not such a bad guy after all!
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that miqo'te had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zekuwa? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuklamat's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes. A person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
Oh, that was exciting.
Yes. This whole area was more enjoyable than I thought it'd be.
Couldn't have brought us without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to the springs. We'll be staying there long. I'd like to give you proper thanks after I find my friends. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. I'm going. I can't make the teleportation animation go any faster.
Spell speed.
I don't think that's how that works.
Dual cast it.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think I can dual cast teleport.
Oh, that'd be so cool if you could
Also,
do
I've never
that.
actually tried. There's more than just a gift. There's a part of me I could never hope to replace. Truly, Wiklama is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us more as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandit's leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are, the real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Kwikana and Lewin. If it wasn't for you believing in Zoko and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard miqo'te put behind bars. We never gave up hope that Zeko would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Unfortunately, our group is small now and lacking in strength besides. Some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dust Watch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day so no one will get the better of us ever again, isn't that right? Right. And you'll teach us how to draw your pistol so fast, won't you? Though we won't need to duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. On that you have my word. Until we meet again. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here a while yet, though, do let me know if there's anything I can be of assistance. Or you're not planning to take the train home. Oh, train service has been suspended, didn't I tell you? You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake. It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and a rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you could speak with the station master yourself. Let's do that. The station is just over there. See, we got so caught up, we didn't even realize train wasn't working.
I have a feeling the earthquake wasn't just a coincidence.
You think something else was behind it?
It's never a coincidence.
Well, true. Suppose we do technically have at least one more, like, trial.
Maybe it was that lizard dude in the Golden City powers or something.
Maybe. Zoralja? It seems people aren't too happy with the train place.
Is it racist to call him a lizard?
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tuliyollal at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you.
Hard to
Thank
say
you
no
so
to that,
much.
I guess.
I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Hard to say no to that, I guess.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
There they are. That's them, the 2 volunteers.
Hey, it looks like those 3 guys from the first.
Oh, the railroad dude?
Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, miqo'te.
Yeah, Magnus, the guys from with the trolley.
Mm-hmm.
This must be their shards of the source.
Apparently.
And this grizzled mug is Zoppia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Yeah, see?
Huh.
Something the matter?
That's so cool.
Oh? For a moment, it looked to me like you were just dying to say something.
I think Shenza is just a fan of trains.
We all have our secrets. Best not to pry. Right then. What I'd like you two to do is help us procure timber. We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piata-Yonan Plain. It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first.
Come on, no time to waste.
I'm gonna have to do the trolley one of these times just to see what he says.
Oh, I picked that.
What did he say?
He said, trolleys? They're okay, I guess, but they're nothing compared to the ceruleum engines of my trains.
Okay, so trains is his thing.
Yeah.
Though I know small number live in Shalawani, I must confess I've never visited the home of Hetsaro. As they largely live in accordance with older traditions, I suspect they may have a dim view of the railroads. Come, let's follow Walika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot, but you can still see it from the outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself, though if you peek through the windows you can probably catch a glimpse of enough jabbering, Shenza. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station, it's on the way after all. Shenza is so autistic coded.
His train hyperfocus. Or special interest, whatever you guys call it.
Well, hyperfocus is when you're, hyper-focused on something. The special interest is more like that, though.
Yeah.
I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right. It should be on the northeast of here. Let's continue on. I mean, I guess. If you like trains. I guess the miqo'te are our Native American counterpart then.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. Oh yeah, they were nomadic, right? According to Koana?
Kona, yes.
Koana, Koana, whatever. Mewahetso?
Ah, such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of the springs. The water nearby is just as pristine. It's a paradise for people and animals both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I am Hoato, chief of miqo'te, and this is my son, Shepetto. Pleasure to meet you. I thank you for the warm welcome and apologize for our sudden intrusion. I am Walika, station master of Dawntrail Railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks, and we require timber to make repairs. This is Ignis and Aaronville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You have a most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tanned leather, and the faintest hint of meadows awash with unfamiliar flora. I gather you are not from these lands. I'm a traveler of the star. Truly, I would love to know more of you in the lands you've seen. I am told your people hold your traditions in the highest, yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso in particular have done much to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads, The Hetzo teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason I believe that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see. The word Hetzo, it means leader of souls in the Hetzaro tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetzo among the Hetzaro. Here we look to Ronique for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of ether rites, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean we reject outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. We will furnish you with the timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests come such a long way, and my son is always so delighted to hear the tales. Now, if you'll follow me.
Yeah, give us 1 second. We gotta get the ether right.
That's what I was thinking. Hold on, hold on. I also want to check out the gear the merchant has in please.
Oh yeah.
What's up? Still no bike. Oh, it's the same as the first town. So that one town's the only one that's got the weird gear. Hold on, the sightseeing, hold on. One second. Hey, it's experience, let me do it.
It is.
Okay. Alright, you were saying. I will speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. The Ronique have made the potential for danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. A stableman near Huasi mentioned that. Do you know what has caused this? We have our suspicions. Since others were drawn to this land by ceruleum, Shalawandi has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Ronique are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this we can't help but worry. Understandable. I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only the Hetzro, but all of Shalawani. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Valcona. Valcona, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he is apparently, how shall I put this? Hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. Mind your tongue, Geppetto. While there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he is not as nearly as bad as they make him out to be. He is a passionate man who cares for his people, like his sister. Is that so? There is certainly a side of him we weren't aware of. Ignis fought beside Valcona on the right of succession. I'd take her word over rumors. You took part in the rite of succession? You're that close to the Dawn Servants. I was grateful for any help, but had no idea I had recruited a bona fide hero. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Buddy. That was kind of the point, dude. The succession of Dawn Servants filled us with uncertainty for the future, but there's clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. And we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Valcona for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he will do the same. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As for your timber, we have freshly cut logs from the lake. Please take all that you require. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the road foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad, and if needs be, we'll seek Valcona's counsel. My thanks again for your time in the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. Valcona feels abandoned by his parents. Well, I mean, he technically was abandoned by his parents, so I don't know how he'd really... I don't know if he has some misgivings about the Hetzeral.
Possibly.
We've more than enough timber to fix the ties. Now we need to transport to the station, which will be a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here for us while I round up a few more hands in a runique. I won't be long. Frankly, and thankfully, it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. Hey, but every time I picked up like 4 bodies. Just saying, I could do it.
We just kept it in our pockets too.
While we wait, we should get moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take too long if we split the work. Come on, there we go.
Oh, one of these.
My favorite.
Don't mind the clipping through branches.
Minor details. We'll see to the rest. Once we repaired the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? Yeah, as much as I'd love to make it so, there aren't any spots available. You'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid, but you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and know a few others were here long enough before we arrived. It's only right they go before us. I hope you'll stop by and see the train off. Namika will be driving. No engineer compares to her, and it's always a treat to watch her work. The only work we should be worried about is our own, Shensa, but we've still have more to do. I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Shalini you're keen to see, I'll leave you to it. Besides Etherkirk quest, I guess. Hey, you guys are fun.
Cactus! Cactus. I got stuck in a cactus.
Oh no! Oh, I should probably start using the coffers, huh? Maybe. What level are we at? Or island level? 4. These are still 94. Oh no, this one's 96. The island level is 669. Well, that is item level wise, it's better than the relic. Do I want to open it though? To see if the stats are better?
I'm gonna save mine for now. I'm gonna use it on a different class. One that doesn't have a relic.
Let's do an item comparison. Vitality is 414. The only thing it doesn't have crit and direct, it has spell speed instead. But the stats on everything is higher than what I have on the relic.
If the weapon damage at the top, it should say like physical or magical damage.
Yeah.
If that number is higher, that is the most important number for your damage. So if that's higher, it's probably more important than anything else. Just the way the game calculates damage.
No, all that's actually exactly the same.
Yeah.
So
if it's only like an extra point or two, like if spell speed is bad on your class, then honestly the relic is
I
probably
don't think
better.
so. I mean, because a lot of my materia is spell speed. It had you meld spell speed this time around.
Oh really?
Well, it did for
maybe,
white
yeah,
mage.
maybe.
It did for white
Maybe
mage.
you had like a. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know red mage, so. Like,
No,
spell speed's
white
gonna-
white mage had a lot of spell speed this time around. But this one, it has spell speed as a stat, but I lose my crit and direct hit from the relic. I'm giving up crit and direct hit for spell speed. Basically.
Yeah, it's probably not as good as the relic, but to be honest, it probably hardly matters.
So with the magic damage and all that is exactly the same, then no, it probably doesn't matter too much. That's all right.
Yeah.
I probably should have waited till the next one, but I was still curious so where we were on gear.
Yeah, if you have relics for other classes, like you'll be fine. Like unless if like
Well, my
you might
main
as well
jobs,
pick them
like
as
I got the relics from the main jobs. There's the ones after that.
Yeah, like Pictomancer, for example, doesn't have a relic, or at least I don't think it has a Materville relic, so it'd be like
You'd have
best
to
to
go.
use it on that.
You'd
right?
have to go see if he'll let you take the quest on Viper.
Pretty much,
Several
yeah.
cutscenes will play in sequence. Yeah, okay.
Probably figure out dinner after this.
Well, they ordered pizza, so I was waiting for it to arrive.
Yeah, I'll probably just throw some chicken in the air fryer. So.
But I could walk around a little bit more.
A glorious grand machine indeed. I hope Namika was able to secure a seat.
Here she comes!
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion.
Ain't that the truth? Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Tyrol. As it stands, we can only ferry folks as far as Yasolani. And from an operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with. But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream.
Yeah, it's literally Wild West America. So I guess we are in the North America part of the Tyrol map now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yasolani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Not another one? You can't be serious.
Hello.
Gods have mercy.
What are you all looking at? Oh.
What in the flying? What's happening? Oh, the train! Nitobekwe and the others!
My home lies that way as well.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
What in the world? Are they heading for Tuliolal?
There's no option to go check out the...
I can't just leave the airship to attack Tuliolal.
Yeah, but... What about...
Priorities. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Heavens forfend.
You're here. Good, good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone!
Yeah! What the?
know what they are, but they're not men.
Someone help me, please! Oh!
Bastard!
Oh, shit.
What did it just do?
Oh.
Thank you.
Save the fakes. Just get to safety. I'll hold the line here. Fall back to the palace. Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Mako'jaja.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to taste my blade next?
Uh-oh.
Zoraja.
That you should still live.
Zoraja?
By the gods, what has happened to you?
Hey, didn't he die?
This is your butchery, isn't it? After everything you've done in service to the throne, how could you betray us?
My demand is simple. The dissolution of Tuli Yolal and surrender of all its territories. Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
Have you gone mad?
No. My ambition remains unchanged. To teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus unite the world.
What has changed you so much, and in so short a time, to harm the very people you swore to serve? This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
What chair do to you?
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will have my answer. By my hands, I will end your madness.
Papa, wait! I should be the one to do this.
No! His sins are mine to bear.
Fear not. Ozoralja is strong. He has never been Father's equal in combat.
He's got new toys, Kona.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Farewell, Zoralja, my son. And forgive me.
Can't be that easy. That was a race sound.
It was.
What?
How?
Despite his old age, the mighty Gulul Jaja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds.
Papa?
Even the blessed are mortal.
Father!
You are no match for me.
Murderer. On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
So the once faint-hearted girl would live up to her title. Very well. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. Lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did father. Then, will you be his worthy successor?
Throlcha, wait!
My warships will remain in your skies. When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tuli Yolal. Choose your next steps wisely.
Bullshit.
Well, that was a lot.
I hate to cut it there, but dinner got here during that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
stew on that for a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna heat up some food too. So
okay.
I'll be back in a bit. Bye.
Yep. Bye.